Movie critic Scott Rosenberg hates everything about The Fifth Element. He hates the story, he hates the characters, he hates the characters' names, he hates the fashion. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Now let's see what this idiot has to say. The four elements? Medieval science said they were earth, air, fire, and water. The fifth element posits one more. Call it love, beauty, the life force, the supreme being. Spoilers. Of course, we've moved beyond medieval science. The periodic table has a bit more credibility in my book, and according to it, the fifth element is, appropriately enough, boron. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. That's as dumb as being like, what about the element of surprise? And you Googled it. As you sit through the interminable 2 hours plus that constitute The Fifth Element, a colossally stupid, overbearingly pompous new movie by Luc Besson, you can expect to become acquainted with boredom on the most elemental level. This is gonna be stupid. You start off with the periodic table so that you can make a stupid element joke, and now you've made a bad play on words using the word element. Do you have to get to 5 of these crappy jokes so there's a 5th one? The Fifth Element's vision of the future 300 years from now is rather busy and colorful. It's no cyberpunk nightmare, although any future in which everyone wears grotesque costumes by Jean-Paul Gaultier is some kind of nightmare. So somehow the nightmare of this future is clothes? Not like the evil tyrant that's, you know, like killing people and stuff. Like, it's clothes. 300 years into the future, everything's fine, except the fashion. The movie's arbitrary premises and plotting might have embarrassed the creators of Flash Gordon. They didn't make it. Why would it embarrass them? It's gotta be the clothes again. It's gotta be the clothes. Every 500 years, it seems, absolute evil returns to the universe in the form of that lava globe. Lava globe. That sounds like a really crappy alcohol that's popular for a week. Dude, we're doing shots of lava globe. I mean, it gives you cancer, but it makes every girl in the room hot and makes your dick huge. Lava globe. To stop it, you must place 4 magic stones atop 4 pedestals in that Egyptian temple. Then all you need is for the supreme being to show up and, well, do something, and you're all set. This is a very spoiler-filled review. Not that there's like a giant twist in this movie or anything, but like all you've talked about so far is clothes and the end. That sucks, ruiner. The supreme being, it turns out, is named Lilu and played by rail-thin Slavic supermodel Milla Jovovich. You're skinny shaming. Like, if she was thicker, would it be fine? Yeah, you're more convincing as a supreme being because you got a good 75 pounds on Mia, or Mila, or however I say her name. After eating all that chicken, she might have gained some weight. Chicken. Such helpful information is frequently provided by Ian Holm in the role of a centuries-old priest who bears the secret of the stones, and no, it has nothing to do with how Brian Jones died. Really? We were totally thinking that. All of us. Who's reading your reviews that know that reference? There's 3 bad jokes, and I guess technically a stone is an element, so or at least made of elements. We're on 3. Let's see if you can make it to 5, dumbass. Everything you've created, you use to destroy. By this point in the movie, she has learned English as a second language, making her about as eloquent as the screenwriters themselves. Oh, way to insult people who do something you can't. Well done. Before it arrives at this moment of truth, the Fifth Element has taken long detours to display Gary Oldman as a foppish, limping munitions dealer named Zorg, and Chris Tucker as a foppish, strutting talk show host named Ruby Rod, a kind of cross between RuPaul and Prince, who hijacks the movie for his own maniac production number. I feel like Prince is a cross between RuPaul and RuPaul. He's like a somewhat effeminate man, which is like RuPaul is a he, RuPaul is a she put together. If you put Prince together with RuPaul, it would just be like a woman. An incredibly talented woman. The Fifth Element's notion of fun is to have rocket ship launches fired up by Rastas with blowtorches, skimpily dressed stewardesses of the future getting humped in space terminal hallways, and an alien operatic diva singing an aria from Lucia di Lammermoor as lavender foam tentacles dangle from her ears and chest. First of all, it sounds like your notion of fun is ruining everything for everyone. Second of all, imagination kind of took place in here. I don't care if you like this, but this is incredibly imaginative. And third, we're getting to the end of your review and you still haven't made 2 more bad jokes, so hurry up. Now, any movie with a character named Zorg should not also ask moviegoers to think seriously about the nature of evil and the horrors of war. Why? Because of a name? That's insanity. There have been 2 presidents named Bush, and both of them started wars. And a lot of people took it seriously. I agree that if the character was called something like Ass Nugget, then we shouldn't take it seriously, but Zorg is really, it just seems like a futuristic weird name. It would have been better if his name was like, you know, Todd. It's no joke. Science fiction movies really are getting stupider by the year. They've always been stupid. They used to show like 10 of them in a row in movie theaters in like the 50s. Some of them broke out of the mold, like The Day the Earth Stood Still, but most of them were just dumb things about like giant creatures and brains that crawl on the floor. And I don't know what you want. It's the kind of film where characters battle aliens for hours until someone finally remembers that this species will stop fighting if you kill their leader. That's really common. It's a really common plot. A big part of that has to do with biology. Things like insects, which definitely proves that you looked up boron. And maybe that's why you could only get 3 crappy element science jokes in instead of the 5 I was looking for. The third element, your movie sucks. So make sure you guys let us know what movie we should do next down in the comments. If it's your first time here, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell right next to it, and hit that like button to let us know that you liked it. Click on the screen to see another video from us, and until we see you next time, geek out and game on.